Hi everyone, we're starting with 9-7, common fractions, solving word problems involving unit fractions. So everything we've been doing up to this point, but now we're just throwing in some word problems. So it says, look at these two word problems. Lila cuts 1/2 yard of lumber into 3 equal lengths. How long is each piece? And this one, how many half-yard lengths of lumber can be cut from a piece that is 3 yards long? Okay. So it says, how are they the same and how are they different? Both problems sound like division. The first problem is like sharing among 3. So you have 1/2 yard and you're dividing that 1/2 yard up into 3 different pieces, just like sharing, like they said. The second problem is finding the number of halves in 3, so each of these equations should match one of the problems. Okay? So here are the equations that you have to solve for those different word problems. This equation right here represents the first story problem. So you have 1/2 divided by 3. This picture right here really kind of helps, but you can kind of take what we've learned from yesterday's video to help you solve this. So what we did yesterday was we put that whole number, we put 1 over it, and we pretended that this was a multiplication sign, and we multiplied straight across. So 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 3 is 6. So my answer there is 1/6. Okay? The second one represents this problem right here. So you have 3 yards and you're trying to figure out how many halves are there. Well, if you kind of stop and think about it, you might be able to figure out the answer just from looking at this picture. So 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1, right? 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1. Okay, so here are your 3 different pieces. You've got 1, 2, 3. So how many half yards are there? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you can go ahead and just put the answer there as 6. Or if you want to do it a fancy way, what you could do is, it's been a while since we've done this, but if you put the 3 over 1, remember you're not changing the value at all. That's just like saying I have 3 ones. Well, 3 ones, that's the same as 3. Okay, so if I have 3 over 1, I'm going to write it down here so you can see it better. And if I take this fraction, the second fraction, and flip it upside down, so I put the 2 on top and the 1 on bottom, and if I just multiply straight across, I'm going to get my answer of 6. 3 times 2 is equal to 6 over 1. Well, 6 over 1, that's equal to 6, which is the answer that we got. Okay, so there's another quick way to solve that problem. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this story problem. You are going to try B, and then you're going to try one of these of your choice. So you have 2 story problems that you're going to try today. I'll do this one with you. You'll for sure try this one, and then try one of these that's your choice. Okay, let's get started. At a steady pace, it takes 1/4 of an hour to walk 1 kilometer. How far would you walk in 3 hours if you keep the same pace? So after reading that story problem, my brain instantly wants to draw a picture to visualize what I'm seeing. So at a steady pace, it takes 1/4 of an hour to walk 1 kilometer. So if here is my hour, it takes me 1/4 of that time to walk 1 kilometer. Okay, so here I've got 1 kilometer down. Okay, how far could you walk in 3 hours if you kept the same pace? So here, this represents 1 hour. This represents 2 hours. And this represents 3 hours. Now I have to keep dividing them up into fourths. I don't like that I drew that 1 the same color because it looks like I broke it up into fifths, so I'm going to fix that. Okay, so I break these up into fourths. Okay, so now they're saying how many kilometers did you walk if you walked 1 kilometer for every 1/4 of an hour? So here you walked 1, here you walked 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So my answer there would be 12. Or if I wanted to do that problem with the equation, I know that it would be 3, wow, that's terrible, divided by 1/4. Okay? So I had 3 wholes, 1, 2, 3, and I cut them up into 4 different pieces, into fourths, and then I got my total of 12. Okay? Don't forget, you can also try this trick that we did up here, where we put the 3 over 1. Let me change the color here. Go with green. We put 3 over 1. And then we flipped this fraction around, so we came up with 3 over 1. Whoa, no. I hate it when it does this. Oh my goodness. Why does it do this to me? Sorry, I have no idea why it did that to me, but anyways, back to what I was saying. If I have, I'm going to write it up here, 3 over 1, and then I flip that second fraction on its head, so now it says 4 over 1, and if I multiply straight across, I get 12 over 1, which we know is equal to 12. Okay, so now I'm going to have you go ahead and try B, and then try one of these story problems of your choice. Now I know these can be really tricky, so take your time. Make sure you really understand what the problem's asking you. If you want to just draw a picture instead of writing the equation, that's totally fine with me. Just make sure you at least try.